So your machine is down and it's broken and you're waiting for new parts. Well, today I'm going to tell you that there's 5 things you can check while you're waiting for them so you can make sure that your machine is up and running and at tip-top shape. So let's do 5 things. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, I'm Adam Tinkers and I'm here to show you everything you need to know about CNC machines. Let's get into it. Number 1, the first thing that you can do is make sure that all of your belts are tight. We're going to show you how to do that. Let's do that now. So to make sure your belts are tight, we're going to check the connections here. Make sure that they're still nice and tightened down. We're going to do that as well here. Pick your belt up, should make a nice snap. If it's super loose, then you're going to have to adjust your belt. Let me show you how that's done. Right here, what you're going to do is you're going to loosen up your belt. Take it off and adjust how much you need to put. You can add a little bit more. What you're trying to do here is see how it pushes up against it? That means the belt's too loose. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more. Make it a little bit tighter. And hold that down so it doesn't slip. And now you can see there's a little space here. We want about 3 millimeters of space there. Push that in. Let's tighten it down. Get a nice snug. And again, the snap test. There. Now we know that belt's tightened. Let's check the other side. Over here. Good snap test, so that belt's good. Number 2, let's make sure that our table is square. I know you've been doing this a long time, you had it square, but we can just check it out. I'll show you a simple solution on how to square your table. This is pretty easy to do. Getting it too square when you build it, that was the important part, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna check corner to corner and see if they're the same. We're gonna check this corner to that corner and this corner to that corner. So let's go ahead and get out our, put that on the corner and go to here, right there. And we're just under 57. Now let's go the other way. And we're just under 57. So the measurements are the same. It should be like that, but again, you want to check it. You never know what could happen. Number 3, let's make sure our software is up to date on all of our CAD and CAM software. What I use is the Carbide Create and Carbide Motion. So let's make sure those are up to date. The first thing we got to do is we need to go to Carbide 3D. And up here in software, we're going to start with Carbide Create. And we'll just go to download Carbide Create. And we can see that the build is 853 for Windows and 853 for Mac. I use a Mac, so what I want to do is I'm going to open up my Carbide Create and see what version we're on. And as we can see at the top, it's 855. So I actually have a newer build. I'll show you where I got that. So mine's updated. What you can do on your software, they do have beta releases down here you can click on. Now this new beta release, I'm going to do a video on the differences. But you click I understand because the 855 build is, especially for the Macs, it's for silicone only, not for the Intel chips. I have a newer Mac, so that's the one I want to use. The workflow is a lot different as well. But as you can see, we have the latest version there. The next one we want to do is we're going to do Carbide Motion. Hit download. And that's on 667 was the latest release. So let's go ahead and check my version. We're going to go up to Carbide Motion. And this says Carbide Motion 667, which matches 667 here. So that's the updated. If you don't have the latest and greatest, you don't have to download the latest and greatest, but you can. You do it right here on it. And if you use Carbide Create Pro, you'd go to Carbide Create Pro and do the same thing here. I currently don't use Carbide Create Pro. I will be using it in the future to do some 3D prints when we get into that. But for now, you'll be able to check the two. So that's where we go. Thank you very much. Number 4, let's go ahead and look at our tool, make sure everything's cleaned. We've cleaned the cullet out, we've taken it apart and inspected it, make sure everything looks good. So on our collet, what we want to do is we're going to take this apart. We're going to look on the inside and clean it. Let's go ahead and put our wrenches on. And I've always learned if you pull them together, that loosens it. There we go. Pull out the bit. Oh, still take off the thing on the collet. And as you can see, this collet's pretty clean. And in here's pretty clean, but we can blow it out. Get a little dust off of it. And then put your finger up in here. If it's dirty, looks pretty clean, you can get some compressed air, blow that out. So let's go ahead and put it back together. And for this time, we're going to pull them apart to tighten. And there you go. And number 5, let's check out all of our cables and connections and make sure everything looks good and no crimps, no everything, and everything is kind of buttoned up and good to go. All right, so let's look at these cables here. As you notice, there are some, I just redid the cables right here. Let's go ahead and cut these off so they're not binding. But as you can look, all the cables, I just replaced a couple of them, but they all look really nice. I don't have these bunched big because I don't want any pressure on that, but I do have them zip tied below. Those cables look good. This cable looks pretty decent. Over here, we've opened the control box. This is one cable you got to be careful of that it's not, but this is to the bit runner cable here. Here's all your X, Y, and Z cables in here. They all look pretty good. And just kind of look at them and make sure nothing's really binding. Especially when you put it back in the box, you want to make sure they go in there, they fit well, and they're not going to be cut on that. So here's a ground wire. That's good. It's still there. It's tight. So everything looks pretty good on that one. So coming back to the router, we can look, push this to the side a little bit, but here's our ground. Looks pretty tight on that one. Everything looks good here. All our cables in here are still running well. And looking back here at these cables, everything looks pretty good. These are all nice and together, no issues. Was the cable here for the YL stepper motor. As you can see, this is sticking out. If you want, you can go ahead and let's just push that in so it doesn't get any dust on it. So there we go, we had that one sticking out. So we can just make sure that's all nice and safe. The cable in here looks pretty good. The chain, nothing's binding up. Looks pretty good. Well, there you have it. 5 ways and a bonus of things you can do while your machine is down. If there's something that you like to do to check on for general maintenance when your machine is down or just in general, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let us know what it is that you like to make sure works. I know there's other stuff out there. Also, thanks for watching it. Thanks for being back. If you enjoyed this, I'd enjoy it. Please subscribe and give a thumbs up. Like everybody says, it will help the channel grow. And if you'd like to know the story of where I got this CNC machine, go ahead and click on this video here and it'll take you to it. Until next time, we hope to see you then. Thanks for coming.